Alright guys, tonight I'm gonna show you how to read the hydraulic diagram. As you can see right now on the screen, you can see a simple hydraulic diagram. And before I start to tell you about the system of this hydraulic diagram, I'm gonna show you I'm gonna tell you first about the symbol. uh, this circle here with the dot triangle here represent the palm symbol. This is the motor or the engine. This is the pressure relief valve. This is pressure that this is directional control valve, and this is the solenoid, and this is, you can see here, is a linear cylinder, or we call it actuator, and this is the item that we're gonna move. Okay, uh, this rectangle right here represent the tank. Okay, so the tank usually contain of the hydraulic oil here, hydraulic oil, and then there's a line here. The line here, every line here is represent the hose or the pipe or the tubing. The line here is the purpose of the line here is to let the oil flow. So okay, let me explain a little bit about the system of the simple hydraulic diagram. Okay, so this is the tank filled with hydraulic oil, and then there's a hose right here. So the pump, when the motor start, it gonna drive the pump, and when the pump start, it gonna suck the oil from the tank, and then when it go to the tank will supply a flow, to the linear cylinder right here. But before it pass the linear cylinder, there's a directional control valve. This directional control valve is activated by the solenoid. When there's a current going to the solenoid, and then the directional control valve will activate. This is a three-way, two-port directional control valve. I can see there's a one-way, two-way, and this is a third way. When he activate, he can move to the right, and then this arrow here gonna slide to here, so he can slide between this direction or this direction. And this direction here is to represent if the direction control valve does not activate, he will go back to the tank, the oil will go back to the tank. When the oil sucked by the pump, and then the pump will supply the flow, and then when this directional control valve activate, it will supply the oil to the actuator, or this is the linear cylinder. As you can see, this is the inlet of the linear cylinder, and when the oil come in here, this is gonna create a force, the pressure, to move this cylinder, and then what call it, the cylinder rod will gonna come out and then push the items, and then when it push until the maximum, and then the pressure build right here, the oil will come out from the inlet and then go back to the tank. Okay, and this pressure relief valve here is is function as a safety valve. For example, if there's a problem with the linear cylinder right here, the pressure too much, so this pressure relief valve here will activate, and then the oil that's supplied to the linear cylinder will not too much. So when the pressure build too much, the oil will just come out from here. When this relief valve activate, the oil will come up, will go back to the tank, the, the oil will go back to the tank. Some of the oil will go back to the tank, and then some will still go to the directional control valve. I'm sorry guys if the explanation is not that clear, but I hope this simple explanation can help you guys with the hydraulic system. Thank you for watching guys.